Today I'm going to show you how you can turn white papers into these beautiful pink papers. And then we're going to turn these into this, a beautiful piece of ephemera. Won't you join me? Hi best buds, it's Cathy with Cathy's Garden, and I'm so happy that you've joined me today. And yes, it's the time of year in which you can get the product that I use to turn my white papers into these beautiful pink papers. So let's just get right to it. At your grocery store, at Walmart, at the Dollar Tree, you're going to be able to find egg coloring kits. This one was the cheapest one that I could find at Walmart. It was 98 cents. You're going to need some distilled white vinegar and some containers and, of course, your white papers. Let's open up our box. This is what I'm after in that box. The tablets that turn your water into beautiful colors. This is the hardest part. Trying to decide what color turns into what. I think this is pink. That might be blue. That might be purple. That's definitely orange. Let's try a few. Let's put the pink one in. Let's put the purple one in, what I think is purple. And let's put the blue one in. I don't know. Maybe it will be the colors I think. Now, with your distilled white vinegar, you want to add just enough so that the tablet will fizz, as you can see it doing. Well, I think we were right. This one's pink. This one looks red. This one's blue. You're going to want to let it set until all the tablet is dissolved. I know that a lot of you have done this for years with your children, so you do it how you like to do it. I think these are absolutely beautiful. Once your tablet is dissolved, I like to move it over into a larger container. I'm going to rinse it out with a little bit of water. This is going to be a very bright pink. Let's check it out. I'm just going to use a little brush. It's kind of hard to tell until it dries, but I do think it's going to be a bright pink. So let me put a little bit more on my paper, and then I'll go get it dried and show you the color that it's going to be. I hope this is coming through on the camera. That is a very bright pink. When I look at the screen, I don't see that it's showing it that bright, but I hope it's coming across because that is really bright. It's a little too bright for what I want to do with it. The way I tone it down so that it's not so bright, I add some coffee. Here's my coffee slurry. And remember, I like to use a couple of different brands because if you look, the brands are different color. Instant coffee dissolved in some hot water. Let's add a little bit. Give it a little mix. Now let's see how this has changed the color. Well, I can tell it's not quite as bright, but it's still a little too bright, so I'm going to add a little bit more. A little swirl. Oh, I think this one's much better. Let me get this dry so you can see the difference between the three. Hope that you can see the difference. This is what we started out with. This is when we added some water and a little bit of coffee, and this is when we added more coffee. This one's almost a peachy pink. This one's a light pink, and this one's pretty neon. For the project that we're going to be making, I'm going to use some cardstock that I dyed. It's just copy weight paper. And I'd like to fold it in half. Then I'm going to turn it this way, and I'm going to fold it up so that there's about 1.5 inches from the top of this paper to the top of the paper we're folding over, and give that a crease. Now we'll want to fold this portion over. I'm right-handed, so I've turned it over this way. And I'm going to fold it over like this. As you can see, I left a gap between the top of my paper and where I folded it. It looks like it's about 1/4 inch gap. Now I'm going to open it back up between the two folds right here. I'm going to find the middle and make a little mark. I have my 1.5 inch hole punch, and I have a scrap piece of paper. My scrap piece of paper is going to be placed behind my paper here that I've marked. So when I take a small notch out of this area, I'm not going to be chewing my pink paper. Now we have a notch in this portion. This is when I'm going to ink up all the folded areas and the edges using my distressed ink tea dye color. I'm going to be gluing this area and this area here, but I'm going to do it on the inside. So it's closed like this. This is what I'm calling closed, because we made it like this. And then you open it up, and we're gluing this area and then this area down here. So I'm going to turn it this way so you can see and I can get to it. And I'm really just gluing around the edges like this. I'm not a fan of a glue stick, but if you are, maybe you'd like to use your glue stick. And then take this piece and glue this all together. Now what we have done is we have made a pocket right here. This pocket area is approximately 3 3/4 inches wide. So I think I'd like to make my tag that's going to go inside of my pocket. I'm going to make it out of my cardstock that I colored. I think I'd like to make it 3 inches, just so that possibly if any of the glue has seeped over, the tag is going to fit nicely inside the pocket. So now our little piece will slip easily into our pocket. I'm going to mark my tag so that it's 1/4 inch approximately coming out of my pocket. I have this little punch here, and I'm going to use it because what it does is it cuts the corner similar to a tag, and then all round the bottom corners. So now we look like this. I do want to place a notch at the top, so I'm just going to find the center and make a little dot. I'm going to use my ribbon punch and punch out a little hole. I'm going to use my distressed ink. Again, it's the tea dye color, and I'm going to ink my tag up both sides. I have some beautiful sari silk from Crimson Heart Studios, and I'm going to add it through my ribbon hole here, and we're going to tie a bow. I really want a nice big bow. Now we can decorate this up by adding a little something. Let's go ahead and do that right now. I have this stamp here, and this stamp is Hero Arts. I really like it. I've had it for a very long time. I'm going to bring in my Stays on Timber Brown, and I'm just going to load up a little bit of my stamp here with the ink. And I did restamp it. I wanted some darker images on there. Oh, I think it's pretty. And I think that's all I'm going to do for my little tag. Let's set it aside and let's go back to our base. So here's our base, and it's actually going to go like this. So we're going to open it up and then pull it down, and our tag is going to sit inside of our pocket with that beautiful full bow. So let's do a little decorating on the inside. I'm going to use the same stamp. I'm going to actually stand up for this. And loading up my stamp with my ink. Oh my goodness, I think that's really pretty. And then I'd like to stamp the flap and this portion as well. I'm going to use that scrap piece of paper to cover up this portion. Oh, very nice. So this is going to go like this. And now I'd like a little bit right here. This is the top. I'm going to turn it like this and place my paper here to keep the stamp from getting on it. I'm going to turn it completely this way because I want my tentacles of my stamp, I guess it's a plant, to come down. Okay, now let's see how it's going to look. All right, I think it looks fantastic. I have some lace. This happens to be from a shirt that I purchased at the thrift store. I think it goes with the stamp really nicely. And I want to make a little pocket for my little piece of ephemera. I'm going to place my piece of ephemera on a grid mark. That way I know how far up to go with my glue. I'm going to be using my Surebonder high temp glue gun. And I think I'm going to go up 1.5 inches approximately. And lay my lace in the glue. Then I'll need to trim it out. I have a piece of music paper that I've coffee dyed. And I think I just like to use maybe this section right here. I'm just going to tear it out. And ink up the edge. I have a few roses here in my dish. I'm not sure which one I want. Oh, maybe that one right there. That's really pretty, don't you think? So I'm going to add these little pieces right here. I'm going to switch to my art glitter glue, gluing those two together first, and then adding my glue to all of it. Putting it in place. I think that's really sweet. I have a couple of pieces of ephemera. This is from Chapter 1 papers. And then a little tag. And then closes up like this. Now we're going to need to put a closure on this. I'd like to add a little bit of lace on the bottom first. So I have this lace right here. And I'm going to glue it right here. Now I think I'd like to use one of these fussy cuts to hold my baker's twine in place. I need a fairly small one. Oh, that one's really pretty. This baker's twine is metallic and it's really pretty. I've had it for years. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to place it underneath my piece of ephemera. I think I'm going to grab a paper clip to hold it in place while we're working here. And I want to place the closure pretty much in the middle. Doesn't have to be perfect, but somewhere close. And I'm going to leave myself enough of the baker's twine after I tie a bow, which I'm going to do right now, because I want to add one of these pretty little beads. Can you even see them? They're clear. They look like glass. And I'm going to add it to the end of my baker's twine. Let's move this up a little bit so you can see better. I'm going to cut it right here. Hopefully that's enough, but not too much. So I'm going to actually glue my little fussy cut to hold the baker's twine in place on the flap. I'm going to stick with my hot glue gun. I'm going to glue this in place with the baker's twine underneath. Then I'm going to turn it over to the back. I'm going to go back to my music paper and I'm going to tear out another little section. And I want to ink it up. And this little piece is going to hold the piece on the back in place. Now you'll want to make sure, especially if you have an up and down piece you're adding. This is the top, so just turn it over like this and then add your piece that's going to hold your baker's twine in place. I'm sticking with my hot glue gun because I need it to secure it right away since we're making a video. So now that's in place. It's not going to go anywhere. And it's time to make our bow. Oh my, I think this is a wonderful way to use those dyed papers. Whether you choose pink, green, blue, or make a purple by combining a couple colors, you can create beautiful pieces of ephemera. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please give me a thumbs up. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. I'll see you there, guys. Bye now.